Hi everybody, my name is Alex. I'm a dog trainer here at A Dog's Best Friend, and today I'm going to be showing you how to teach your dog the down command. And I like to break it up into 3 different parts. The first part is getting your dog into the down position. I like to use luring, so I'm taking food above Floyd's head and I'm luring him to the ground using the food. And once he's in that down position, meaning his elbows are on the ground, I release the food and then I let him up. You're going to want to do this often enough that your dog clearly understands this command. So make sure you practice this command plenty and go ahead and put your dog into that down position, lure them. Do this over and over and over until your dog is comfortable with the command. Now, there are some dogs who don't like to be lured into a down, meaning you'll take your food, you'll put it to the ground, and your dog will just stare at it and they'll keep their legs straight. What I'm doing here is I'm arching my legs and I'm luring Floyd under my legs so that he gets into that down position. Duration isn't important right now. All that matters in the first stage is getting your dog comfortable with going into the down. Here I have a platform, or if you're at home, you can use a coffee table or something low enough to get your dog into that down position. Again, you're going to want to keep doing this until your dog is comfortable with going into the down before you go to the next step. Once your dog is reliably going into a down using luring, the next step is going to be adding in leash pressure downward. You can see what I'm doing with Floyd is I'm using leash pressure down and then I'm luring. It's important you separate these two things, leash pressure, then lure, because the third stage, you're going to need your dog to understand that leash pressure down means going to a down. So what you're going to want to do, similar to the last step, is you're going to want to stay here until your dog is comfortable with leash pressure downward and getting lured into a down. All the way up until the point where you're putting your dog into a sit, you're putting on leash pressure, and then it goes into a down. At that point, you can then go on to stage 3 of the down command. Once your dog is understanding leash pressure downward means going to a down, then you can go on to stage 3. You can see here I'm using leash pressure downward with Ivory, and she goes into a down without me having to lure. That tells me I'm ready for stage 3. Stage 3 is standing up. You give the command, and then you step on the leash for leash pressure down. So you can see I gave the command, then I moved and stepped on the leash. Continue doing this until your dog understands to go into a down without having to step on the leash. You can see here I give Ivory the command and she goes down without me having to step on the leash. This is because dogs anticipate and Ivory already knows what's going to happen next, so she beats me to it. There's no longer need to step on the leash. Continue at this stage until your dog is reliably going into a down with a hand and voice signal only. Make sure to keep a leash on your dog to go ahead and keep them accountable for their behavior.